APAC and like actively participating in the environment means that it's like international talent. And it's kind of crazy to see because obviously Gen G's had so much success. That's a nice shot. But, you know, it's all just extra cost for them. So that's why I think... Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're playing some ones. Got DK. Bro, I swear I always run into this dude, man. No matter like what time of day I queue, like I could straight up not queue 1v1 for like 8 years and I would probably still run into this guy on my first game back. I swear this guy lives in the ones lobbies. I mean, like, respect for the grind, but like, that's just crazy. Anyways, so today's comment question of the day, and as always, you know, if you guys want me to answer a question of yours, make sure to comment it down below. But the comment question of the day comes from Vita_Dicey, and he asked, what are your thoughts on pros moving to regions to play competitively with teams of full NA players and Europe, and the other way around? Thought it would be nice to hear someone's perspective. So there's been a lot of talk about this recently. I think Rizzo made a video on it, so sorry Rizzo, I'm kind of stealing your whole flow word for word, bar for bar. But basically my take on it is that pros moving to minor regions, as long as they're actively, like, this was the whole thing with James Cheese, right? If you guys don't know, James Cheese was a team of Virtuoso, Kami, and Realize, who Kami was an OCE pro, Virtuoso was an EU pro, and Kami was an Realize was an APAC pro, right? And they formed a team in APAC and they just started dominating, right? But the good thing about that is that with them moving to APAC, yeah, they dominated for a little bit. They went to a major. They might have gone to 2 majors, I'm not really sure. But they went to a major. And I mean, they didn't do too well at the major, but the fact that they're there in APAC and like actively participating in the environment means that APAC is going to get a lot better as a region. So that's like the positive aspect of it. Now the negative aspect is like, you know, imagine a team of full like North American like pros, you know, like top 8, top 12, move to like SSA or something like that, which is Sub-Saharan Africa. Like if a team of top 8 NA pros moved to Sub-Saharan Africa, they would just dominate everything, you know, and the region would catch up eventually, maybe like a year or two. But it's just kind of unfair to those players, I would say. Especially the fact, so I think the reason this question was brought up, and the reason Rizzo made a video about it, was because there were a couple players in North America. So if you guys don't know Wonder Mike, who's a very mechanical, like, I would say he's like a bubble tier player. You know, he's been on really good teams in the past, like United and stuff like that, but I don't know if he's still considered a pro. But he's a very mechanical, very good player. Probably like rank X to S. Probably rank X. Right, and then Lunar, who is rank X, who's, you know, another very good player, and I think it was C Money, who's a rank A player. So there were 3 like very good players from North America, and they were talking about going to Cape Town on vacation, and while they were on vacation, they wanted to compete in RLCS for a Sub-Saharan African org. And their morale was, or their rationality was basically, hey, you know, we're going to be on vacation. Why not just compete? They could, if they win all 3 events, they would make $2,000 per player per event. So basically go on vacation for like 6 weeks, compete in that region, farm a little bit of prize pools, get some titles, and, you know, get some like blue titles, the coveted blue tag. And then, you know, it would kind of help fund their vacation if they won all these tournaments. Now, where they went wrong is that they kind of started like talking trash, like, and maybe not talking trash on Twitter, but they were just like being very disrespectful. So they weren't like outright calling everybody bad, but they were saying stuff like, yeah, it would be a free win, we wouldn't even have to scrim, stuff like that, which, you know, obviously that's a little disrespectful to the SSA pros. And, you know, that means that they wouldn't actively be participating in that region's environment, right? They would literally just be moving there for 6 weeks, playing the regional. So at most, teams would get like 2 games against this team per event. And so it wouldn't really help them improve too much. I mean, they could always look over the replays and stuff like that, but just in general, it wouldn't really help them improve. So that's the one negative thing that people were like upset about. And then also like just the fact that they thought that they could farm everything. You know, and don't get me wrong, they probably would have won a couple of the events or at least placed very highly, but I don't think they would have just went there on a pickup team and just had vacation all day and then just hop in and win a regional. Like, I don't think it would be that easy. I mean, they're good players, don't get me wrong, but it's not like SSA teams are, like, awful, you know? There was one team at SSA that played with a grand champ because one of their players couldn't make it, but, like, the other players on the team are still, like, SSL level players. You know, and yeah, there's like, levels to SSL, you know, like Lunar and One to Mike are very, very high tier SSLs, but still, the point remains that it wouldn't just be like an easy clap, like they were kind of saying. I need to make sure I don't get demoed here. Oh, he missed the boost, so I can go for that. Never mind, bro. This guy's just chasing. I'm just gonna fake this, take the boost. He's got nothing. Yeah, he dove. But yeah, I mean, that's my kind of thoughts on it. I think it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. I think the reason why it was brought up recently is just because of Lunar and One to Mike. They were just talking about, oh, we'll dominate the region, we'll move over there for a vacation and just start farming tags. And the problem with that is that if they move to SSA for like 6 weeks, then they could just like move back, you know, whereas players in SSA might feel kind of like cheated out because they're playing in SSA because they live there. Right? If they could have a team that literally just came into SSA for like 6 weeks and was allowed to play in the events and was able to do everything, then literally nothing is stopping an org in North America from moving over to SSA, like sending, like if there was like a top 10 org in North America and they're like, hey, we're not happy with our results, we don't win anything here, so let's just move to SSA, send all of our players out, they can spend 6 weeks there and win the regional. And then when they're done, they can move back to NA. That's a problem because now it's no longer, it's not like they're moving to SSA for like permanent residency or anything like that. They're just moving just for a split. You know, when they're only moving for 6 weeks or so and then able to go back to their comfortable homes in North America and stuff like that, that's just why people are kind of pissed. At least in the case of James Cheese, they moved there, and I'm pretty sure they've been living in like South Korea / Japan for a long time now. It's not like they just kind of pulled up and then left and went back home. So, my thoughts overall. Oh, no way. My thoughts are overall that I think they can be fine. You know, if it's like respectful and they're not like coming into a region like, oh yeah, we're gonna destroy this region. But at the same time, I don't think they should be able to like move back. You know, like I think you should have to have some sort of like semi-permanent residency. Also with like the NA and the EU like transfers, a lot of people are just moving over to NA right now because there's more money in sponsorships and orgs and stuff like that in North America. For some reason, advertisers pay more for North American teams and sponsorships, even though like they get pretty much the same viewership between Europe and North America. The only difference is like SAM and North America. Like SAM definitely gets less viewership on their regionals and stuff like that. So that's why a couple of SAM teams have moved over. But my thoughts is basically just like North America is becoming this hub of just like international talent. And it's kind of crazy to see because obviously Gen G's had so much success. That's a nice shot. But, you know, I think it's fine for EU and NA people to move across. The only problem is that now top 5 in North America doesn't mean what it used to. Right? Like top 5 in North America is at such a higher level than what? Yeah, but like top 5 in North America is so much more competitive now because if you think about it, you have 2 teams from South America that moved over in Furia and Complexity. And both of those teams, like, don't get it twisted, both of those teams are major contending teams. So, you know, it's not like they just moved over and they're just like getting clapped. I mean, granted, it took Complexity maybe, you know, I mean, they went to their first major after moving over to North America, right? They went to the fall major last year. And then after that, they kind of fell off a little bit and they didn't really do a lot, but now they're back. I would say they're definitely a major contention team right now. And Furia, you know, they've always been a major contention team. I mean, they didn't do as well as they maybe you would have expected them to in LANs, but you know, they're definitely a major contending team. And you know, it just makes top 5 from North America a lot more, you know, difficult. Like imagine being like a bubble player, right? So somebody who's on the verge of like getting top 16, I would consider anything top 16 as pro, but imagine like someone, you know, you've spent like the last like 2 years on the verge of getting top 16, and then you're about to hit it, and then like a South American team moves over, another South American team moves over, and you know, you just feel like you get like kind of slighted. Same thing for like top 5 teams as well. Like if you're like a team in the top 8 and you were like finally making it to get to top 5, and then you just have to compete with these 2 teams who are like at Worlds, you know, it's kind of crazy. So I think Rocket League just in general should have more spots for like majors. I don't think 16 teams is enough. I think also, I thought he was going to go into the boost there. That's why I kind of flipped there, but that's a smart play from him. But I don't think 16 teams is enough. I think at a minimum there should be like at least 7 from NA and EU, maybe 8 if possible. The only reason why I don't think they've done it yet is because it obviously, every single extra team is just more costs for Psyonix. You know, they have to do food, plane, you know, get the parents out and all that kind of stuff. So it's all just extra costs for them. So that's why I think they don't do it. But like, I think having the extra, you know, if we went to like a 24-team major instead of 8, or instead of 16, then we could get like 2 teams from Middle East. We could get like at least 1 Sub-Saharan African team, you know, if not 2. We could get like 3 OCE teams, and then we could get like 7 NA and EU. Not sure if I did the math right on that. I'm kind of trying to play ones right now, and I'm playing ones terribly. But like, you get the idea. It would be a lot better for just the esport and for these minor regions if, you know, Sub-Saharan Africa could send their 1 team to compete at the majors. Because right now, the only time they get to compete is at Worlds against like other competition, or, you know, like I said earlier, if players from NA and EU move. That was a really nice shot, I'm not gonna lie. Dude was lost. So I think having a major with more teams would be absolutely beneficial. But, you know, it's unclear whether or not we'll actually be able to see that. Maybe in the future, if Rocket League becomes a bigger esport and Psyonix start making way more money, we could see that. But dude, this guy doesn't. I don't ever think I've seen this guy do like an aerial. No cap. Oh boy. Oh boy, howdy. Dude, this guy's like, you guys ever see that Apparently Jack video where he's like, I played a 1v1 player with no mechanics? That's like this guy, I swear. I don't think I've ever seen bro do an air dribble or a flip reset. He missed the net. Oh, he got that. I guess that's karma for me talking smack. Alright. But yeah, I think overall, also, like, I didn't even mention Gen G, who's, obviously they have Chronic, who's a European player, and then Appjack and Nolly, who are both American, you know, but I think, alright, this is going to be tough. I gotta make sure I don't get demoed here. Demo? Oh, I can't get it. You know, so that's another, like, team that has European people in, or one European person, you know, Chronic, in North America. Oh my god, he almost just... Dude, remember like 2 seconds ago when I said he's never hit a flip reset before? I mean, granted, he didn't even hit that flip reset, but I got so scared. I'm not even gonna lie. Wait, he... What is going on, bro? Alright, we should be good there. Should be able to get a goal. Nice. He kind of gave us that one. So, I don't know. I think moving between EU and NA isn't really as big of a deal because the regions are kind of equal. There's a lot more competition in both regions, so... You know, it's not like an NA team moving to EU would instantly dominate, and it's not really like an EU2 team moving to NA would instantly dominate. And I don't want to hear the fact that Gen G is like an EU team, and that's why they're dominating in NA. Gen G is just like an exceptional team, like regardless. It's not about like the region that the players are from, it's about just the players. Like, Nolly, Appjack, Chronic, top 3 players, like, in the world. I mean, they're not all like individually top 3, but like they're probably like all top 15 to 10 players. Like they're all just crazy. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you have a question, make sure to leave it in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.